There is a specific kind of humiliation that doesn't break a person. It builds one. And the person it builds is almost always more dangerous than anyone in the room anticipated. We talk about resilience like it's a passive quality, like something that happens to a person when hardship arrives. But the psychology of the greatest comebacks in fiction and in history suggests something different. The slow burn isn't resilience, it's metamorphosis, and it requires something that most people spend their entire lives trying to avoid. Askeladd in Vinland Saga spends the entire first arc as a man everyone underestimates. A mercenary, a killer for hire, a cynical, self-serving opportunist with no loyalty and no apparent higher purpose. And then, in a single scene, the sacrifice scene, an entire season of misdirection collapses. Every dismissal, every assumption, every moment we thought we understood him, gone. He was playing a game whose rules no one else knew. That's not a twist. That's the long game. Psychologists who study post-traumatic growth, the genuine transformation that can follow severe adversity, note something that the self-help industry consistently sanitizes. Growth after humiliation is not gentle. It is not a gradual warming. It is, in the most literal sense, a restructuring of identity around a wound. The person who comes back from genuine devastation is not the same person who left. They have reclassified what matters, recalibrated what threatens them, reconfigured what they're willing to do. Maximus Decimus Meridius begins Gladiator as a man with everything: family, rank, honor, the emperor's trust, and then loses all of it in a single night. What makes the film extraordinary isn't the revenge arc. It's the face of Russell Crowe in the aftermath. A man so completely emptied that there is nothing left to fear. Fear requires something to protect. And the most dangerous human being in any room is the one who has already lost everything worth protecting. This is the psychology that makes Edmond Dantes one of literature's most compelling protagonists. He doesn't rush. He waits 14 years. He builds a new identity so completely constructed for purpose that the original person has been entirely absorbed in the mission. And when he finally moves, it isn't rage. It is architecture. Every piece placed precisely. Every victim given exactly what they deserve. Not more, not less. Because excess would reveal emotion. And emotion would reveal that beneath the Count of Monte Cristo is still the 20-year-old sailor who cried in a dungeon. The cold precision of the perfect revenge is, psychologically, the ultimate emotional armor. There's a concept in behavioral psychology called learned invulnerability. It's distinct from the well-documented phenomenon of learned helplessness, where repeated exposure to uncontrollable pain produces passivity. Learned invulnerability is what happens in a small subset of people who experience the same stimulus and reach a different conclusion entirely. Not, I cannot control what happens to me, but now I know exactly what I can survive. Thorfinn in Vinland Saga embodies this on a different register. His arc isn't about revenge fulfilling itself. It's about revenge consuming itself. He pursues Askeladd for years, driven by a grief that has become a personality, a wound that has become a worldview. And when the moment comes, it is stolen from him, and he has nothing. Because he had built himself entirely around something that no longer exists. This is the counterpoint that every great comeback story needs. The slow burn, aimed at the wrong target, is not transformation. It is prolonged self-destruction. The test of whether a comeback is genuine, rather than a compulsion disguised as purpose, is what the person wants when it's over. Maximus wants to see his family again. Dantes wants, finally, to rest. Guts, long after the eclipse, wants a single day without carrying a sword. The old boy's Odesu wants something he can never have, a truth he can survive. And the film is unflinching about the answer. Some truths are not survived. Some humiliations produce comebacks, and some produce recursions so deep the person can never fully emerge. What separates the two? Not strength, not intelligence, not even justice. It's clarity about what the return is for. The person who comes back for something, for a person, a principle, a vision of a world that should exist, finds an endpoint. The person who comes back against something, against the people who wronged them, against the memory of powerlessness, finds only the next target. This is why Vinland Saga is perhaps the most sophisticated meditation on this subject in modern anime. It doesn't tell you revenge is wrong. It shows you, over 100 episodes, what it costs. Not in lives, not in morality, in self. Thorfinn's revenge arc is not depicted as villainous. It's depicted as a waste. Not because violence is wrong, but because the person spending himself on it is too extraordinary to be reduced to it. And that is the real horror of humiliation as a psychological catalyst. Not what it produces in the worst people, but what it wastes in the best ones. The slow burn comeback is seductive in fiction because it promises that suffering has purpose, that the wound is actually a forge, that the person who survives is stronger than the person who was broken. And sometimes, in exactly the right conditions, aimed at exactly the right thing, that's true. But the question that should follow every great revenge: the most dangerous person isn't the one who came back. It's the one who figured out they didn't need to.